Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, do hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so anytime any new content is uploaded, you will be the first to find out. And to my return subscribers, again, you guys are not new to this, you all are true to this. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for returning, and let's get into this video. All right, you guys, so tip number one is to put some thought behind the products that you promote. And what I mean by that is that, you know, let's just say you're brand new, you have been approved, yay, you've been approved by TikTok for TikTok Shop for Creators. That means that basically you have access to the entire TikTok product catalog, and you can select any brand, any products that you want to add to your showcase. Those brands are going to, most of them are going to want to collaborate with you, meaning that they're going to want to send you free products, right, or I should say samples. They're going to want to send you samples to create videos, or at least one video per product that they send out to you. So you are going to, I say, just be a little conscientious, put some thought behind the product that you decide to promote. You want to make sure that you are able to leverage, get the most out of your subscriber base. Meaning, as an example, let's say that you are a content creator that most of the videos that you upload are outdoors, maybe, I don't know, like skater or bicycles, real outdoors type of things that you might want to consciously, you might see a lot of different products that you like, but you might want to zone in on the type of products that you know your subscribers are already watching you for. Another example, but even though you might love swimsuits, are you comfortable actually uploading that type of content to TikTok? Okay, you know, it doesn't mean that you might not have or see a few different swimsuits that you're like, okay, I'm gonna take a vacation, or I'm just gonna go to the beach and this would be perfect. But are you comfortable with actually creating content around that? You know what I mean? So really make sure that the products that you select are aligned with you, your subscriber base. All right, you guys, so tip number two for TikTok content creators is to decide if you want to be managed, do you want to be independent, or do you want to be able to leverage both? And I'll tell you guys how you are able to manage both or leverage both. But when you know, like I say, once you're approved for TikTok Shop for Creators, and they do approve creators that have 10,000 or more followers behind them. You also are going to have different TikTok management companies that are officially partnered with TikTok that are going to reach out to you, manage you as a TikTok creator, right? Meaning that they are going to kind of act as the middleman between you and the different brands. Some might be able to get you larger brand type of deals for different products. They'll kind of act as like your middleman. They'll just send you things. They'll occasionally send you emails, contact you saying that, you know, our latest campaign is XYZ. Are you interested in any of these products? And then your influencer manager is going to send you out products to create content around, right? Like I say, there are some perks to actually being managed by an official partner of TikTok. Call it influencer management. It has different names. You can call it influencer management, social media management, a lot of different names. But there are some pluses to it. They basically take care of everything for you. The thing you have to really kind of pay attention to is if you get an email or somehow you're contacted by your manager that will reach out to you saying that, you know, XYZ products are listed for different campaigns. Are you interested? If you're interested, then your manager will actually mail you out different products to create content around, okay? Rather than, you know, worrying about a million different emails coming from different brands and, you know, things like that. You just focus in on the products your manager has for you to potentially create content around, right? So that would kind of be a plus. One of the minuses is that some management agencies like to have exclusive contracts with creators, with influencers, meaning that even if a brand reaches out to you and they might actually have a product that you like, and maybe they want to cut you a deal directly. The way that your management might have it set up is that, you know, that deal can only happen through your management. And if your management is aligned or whatever with that brand, then maybe that deal might happen, maybe not. But I would say that that's kind of like a minus around it, is that you're not able to actively seek out, you know, if you have an exclusive contract with your management, not only, you know, that means for one thing that you're not able to work with any other agencies or anything like that. That means that you are exclusively and only working with that management company. It also means that if a brand does reach out to you, I'm just saying, let's just say L'Oreal or some huge brand reaches out to you directly and they want to cut a deal with you, and you are under contract and you are managed by a social media manager, and you are managed by influencer management, that deal would have to happen through them. And if they could work it out or whatever, that's great. That means you have the deal. If not, then you're not able to kind of have that freedom to reach out and to leverage other types of contracts and deals with other brands. So that would be a minus to it. However, there is a way to kind of work and work with both. Meaning that you can actually, which is what I have, you can actually be managed by, have a social media, okay, so there are actually ways around it. So you can actually have influencer management, social media management, whatever you want to call it, and still do it independently. But you have to have a non-exclusive contract, which is what I have, meaning that I'm able to work directly with my manager. She's able to send me different things, ask me if I'm interested in XYZ campaign, but I'm also able to reach out directly to other brands if I want to, and other brands can reach out to me directly to work if that is something that I want to do. So I always say, like I say, kind of look at the pros and the cons of it. Do you, like I say, put some thought behind it. Do you want to be managed? You are going to be reached out to by many different official partners of TikTok for management. Are you a content creator, influencer, whatever that, you know, do you prefer management? There are many perks to it, a few downsides. Do you prefer just to be independent and work directly with brands yourself? That's something to think about. Or would you like both, to be managed as well as have the freedom and flexibility to reach out to brands directly, or have brands reach out to you directly? If so, you would need a non-exclusive contract, or to work with an agency that, you know, is flexible in that sort of way. Okay. Now, moving on to tip number 3, to decide if the commission rate is high enough for you. Does it make sense for you to promote a brand, create content around them, around a product, for the commission rate that is offered? Like, actually kind of do the math. Like, how many units of this product has to be sold for me to make XYZ amount of money? You know, there might be certain, or, you know, and also decide kind of like, what are you doing it for? Now, if it's a product that you just want the free product sent to you and you don't care about the commission rate, then that's awesome. And that's a whole different ball of wax, or whatever they call it. However, if you really are looking at things like, you know, purely business strategy, look at that commission rate. If that commission rate is too low, do not be afraid to either reach out to that brand and ask if, you know, if there's some flexibility in that. You know, don't be afraid to ask for the percentage rate that, you know, the commission percentage rate that works for you. Do not be afraid to ask for that. Or if you have management, talk to your manager and see if there's some flexibility around actually raising the commission rate on a product. And if it just doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, and pass that product up. There are a lot of similar or duplicate types of products that are on TikTok. So just because one brand is selling a product with a low commission rate doesn't mean that another brand isn't selling that same product at a higher commission rate. So again, like I say, have some flexibility there. Decide what is it exactly that you're trying to get out of, you know, that particular brand deal. Is it just that free sample because you really just want that product, and you don't really care so much about, you know, whether, you know, you get tons of sales on it or not? Or are you promoting a product strategically that you feel is going to, you know, in the long haul, really make you some good money commission wise? So always keep that in mind. Tip number 4, you guys, is to really kind of approach creating content right before before when you were maybe building up your follower base. Maybe you were making all different types of videos. It didn't really matter what your background looked like. None of that stuff really mattered. You were just creating content that people were watching, and that's awesome. But once you specifically are creating content for brands, you do want to kind of keep in mind the amount of sunlight, natural light, or if you're using a floodlight, any of those, you know, professional lighting, to make sure that the video, you know, is as clean and clear as possible. Also look at your background, you guys. If you got a ton of stuff going on, it's okay. Just try to find maybe the best nook in that environment for shooting the content that works with the product. But you want to make sure that you don't, you know, your background isn't too busy, because it can be distracting when people are supposed to hone in specifically on that product that's being sold or being promoted. You want to make sure that your background is as clean as possible, not too busy, because you want your audience, because remember, it's TikTok, so you only have about 35 to 40 seconds of a video to hold somebody's interest, sometimes less than that. So you do not want a super busy background where people are not really paying attention to the product that you're trying to promote. And I think it just goes well with brands as well, right? Brands, if they really like your video, they will use your video with your permission, or, you know, your management's permission. They will use your video for, you know, official advertising. They might run it in ad campaigns, and, you know, you want something that looks as clean and as professional as possible. Of course, you know, hopefully you have good equipment, or at least an iPhone with enough, you know, with a nice clear camera, or just anything with a nice clear camera, where you're able to get that finished look. Also, I didn't add this in the tips, but it can't hurt also, if you want to, if you're good at editing and things like that, to put the actual logo somewhere in that video. Okay, actually put the logo, because like I say, ultimately, if the brand likes it, they're going to run ads. They might put money into actually really promoting it, and you want to make sure it looks as professional and clean as possible. We're going to go into tip number 5. Tip number 5 is you want to make sure that you invest a little bit, not a whole lot of money, but you want to make sure that you invest in some good video editing apps. Personally, I think that for me, I think CapCut is awesome. CapCut is awesome. You could either do yearly, and this is not a promotion. I'm not in any way collaborating with CapCut at the moment or anything like that. This is just my genuine endorsement of CapCut. It's excellent. You could either do the monthly plan, which is a lower amount, or you could do the yearly, but at least you knock it out. And a lot of times when you do a yearly plan, not only do you have access to all of like the professional editing settings, but you also are able to kind of have it at a more of a discounted rate, because you are paying it out for the year. But CapCut is awesome. It has everything on there you could think of, special effects, all of that, video effects, body effects, transition effects, all of the things that you could think of, CapCut has. They have a lot of trending templates and things like that. I also think, I can't officially say, but I think TikTok has somehow partnered with CapCut. TikTok's algorithm loves CapCut. So if you're able to, you know, just use that software. If you're able to use that software at all, that's fantastic, because it will do well. But sometimes you might find yourself using a multitude of different apps, right? Depending on what type of video you're creating. But I say, you know, look at it as an investment. You don't have to have a million different apps where you're paying so much for all these different apps, but depending on the types of videos that you are creating, I say look at it, you know, downloading and subscribing to an app, having some type of subscription to an app as an investment, okay? Especially if you are on a TikTok, especially if you are a TikTok shop creator. Try to say that 5 times fast. Especially if you're a TikTok shop creator, like I say, look at it more as an investment. There's a lot of different ones that are out there, but I say CapCut is really probably all that you need, and it also does very well with TikTok. TikTok's algorithm loves CapCut, so I say run with it. Tip number 6 really builds on tip number 5, which is to use trending hashtags and templates. Most of those trending hashtags and templates are connected to CapCut. Like I say, for whatever reason, TikTok seems to really love CapCut. Maybe they have some kind of, you know, partnership or something, I don't know. But if you're able to use any of the trending different templates, and it's always something trending, that's helpful, as well as different hashtags, and there's tons of them. You know, you want to add that to the videos that you use to promote different products, because that's going to help to further get that video seen, get it out there. But definitely do not sleep on the hashtags. If you got to do a little research into like different trending hashtags, I say take a minute and do it, as well as different templates that you might want to run that also promotes the product. I say do it, hashtag the template, whatever, but it works. So tip number 7, you guys, is to, now this goes into your profile, which is really important. More than likely, there are a lot of TikTok creators that also have other platforms that they create content from. It might be Instagram, it might be YouTube, it could be a ton of other different platforms that you might actually, you know, have a nice following behind. You really want to make sure that in your profile you have links to those different, make sure that you put links to those different platforms onto your TikTok page, as well as if you have a ton of content. Also, there's a way that you can kind of divide them out. And create different, like I have different tabs that are like viral videos, content creator, you know, blah, blah, blah videos, like just kind of have everything kind of divided out. It makes it easier for people, your followers, to get to content, as well as potentially other brands that might just want to see a specific type or style of videos that you've been putting out. Just being able to kind of index your videos out according to different styles or topics or whatever is also really good as well. TikTok seems to like that, especially if you have a ton of content on your page. Like I say, whether you're being managed, whether you're independent, or you have a non-exclusive contract and you're reaching out to different brands, just in general, I think that's a good idea. Because it makes your videos more searchable as well, right? So however you choose to index or separate out videos according to, you know, types or whatever, it just makes your videos more searchable, and easier to find by, you know, the public. Makes it easier for your videos to be found by different brands as well, okay? All right, you guys, my last tip number 8, is one that's also going to come with a little short story time, but hopefully you guys find this to be inspirational. But again, like I said, when you're just starting out, maybe you have just the 10,000 or you have more followers than that, but you have not yet collaborated with any brands for showcasing any products, any campaigns or anything like that, but you want to get off into that, and let's say you're not being managed yet, you do have the opportunity to reach out directly to brands. But in the beginning, like I say, you guys, in the beginning, you might feel a little discouraged because you might get turned down because you haven't yet put up any shoppable content onto your page. So when you apply to promote whatever brand, that brand or their social media manager is going to look at your page, and if they don't see any other shoppable videos, in the beginning it might be a little difficult in collaborating with brands. You might get turned down, but do not be discouraged by that at all whatsoever. There's strategies around that, and I'm going to share some of those strategies in the bonus tip that I'm going to give you guys right after this tip. But let me tell you guys a quick story time. I remember, like I said, when I was approved for TikTok Shop for creators, and I was, you know, able to build my showcase of products, and I was wanting to get off into, you know, creating shoppable content, collaborating with brands. I had applied for to promote some products. I was turned down, and I remember specifically by one brand, and the brand turned me down, and I'm like, dang. And it was weird because I think like they reached out to me, they turned me down to promote the product, but reach out to me about something else or something, I don't know. But 2 or 3 videos later, where my videos are popping off, then that brand reaches out to me directly to ask, can I promote products for them? Which I thought was so funny. I'm like, do they even remember that they turned me down? I don't know. But I'm just saying, you guys, do not get discouraged at all. It's what it is. I can't even get mad at businesses or social media managers that do turn down creators because they don't know the type of content that you can put out there, right? So really them sending you their products for free, right, to upload a video, they don't know anything. They don't know the type of quality for promotion that you're going to put out around the product. They have no idea. So if they're hesitant or reluctant, or they turn you down because it's nothing, it's like basically you could say all of your videos become like you could basically say that all of your videos become like your digital resume, pretty much. So when you are applying for products or whatever, or actual management reaches out to you, influencer management, content creator management, whatever you want to call it, when management reaches out to you or brands reach out to you, they're able to actually look at the videos that you previously have put out, kind of like as your digital resume. So they know like, okay, this creator looks like they're pretty much aligned with our brand and the content we want to put out, or the types of ads we would like to run, you know. So don't be discouraged, you guys. So that's that. And then I want to give you guys now for the bonus tip. Now this is the bonus tip, you guys. This bonus tip is for creators that are brand new, that maybe, you know, like I say, you've been approved, you have your showcase, you're starting to build your showcase of products that you like or whatever, but you have not yet created any type of brand campaign promo videos or anything like that on your TikTok page, right? You've yet to collaborate with a brand to promote the products. You just want some samples, some free stuff sent to you so you can create content around it for a brand deal. In the very beginning, like I just spoke about in tip number 7, when I talked about having videos already uploaded onto your page could be considered like a like your digital resume, right? If you don't have anything to go off of, this is a strategy, you guys. This is a strategy around to kind of create that momentum to get things started. If you've been approved, you have a showcase, you are a creator, which means that you have access to shoppable links. That means when you upload a video, that means that you're going to have access to different tabs that's going to allow you to add a shoppable link for a commission rate to your video. even if a brand has turned you down for collaboration, you do have the option if you wanted to. I'm just saying, if you're starting out and you cannot, you know, you're having a hard time just kind of getting some traction going, you have the option to actually purchase a product from TikTok Shop, create a video, and add a shoppable link. Okay? In doing so, that means that even though you didn't officially collaborate with that brand in terms of them sending out you something free, you have at least began the process of starting your own digital resume, right? As a content creator. So I hope that, and you know, if that video does well, at least the next, you know, it makes it a little bit easier the next time you apply to promote a video. They'll be able to see, oh, it's a new content creator, but this is a new, you know, TikTok Shop content creator, you know, but I do like the video or videos that I see. I'm going to send them some products. I love to collaborate, right? So keep that stuff in mind, you guys. That's just a little tip. If you're having a little, you know, you're running into some stumbling blocks, actually being able to access brands or products that you want in the very beginning. That's just a little strategy around that. I hope you guys find it helpful, useful. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up, you guys. Like I say, it lets YouTube know as well as me know that this is the type of content that you like, so that I can put more of it out there. YouTube could keep it on your algorithm. It's a win-win. Okay, but anyway, you guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.